Oh, welcome back my gardening friends. Well, we're in the greenhouse and this is the gravity fed rainwater guttering system. I'll show you that shortly. I've got a few plants, I'm taking a few chances, got plenty of spares. It's May the 9th, Sunday May the 9th, and this is Tomato Secura F1, and I bought the plants up last night just to get them used to the cold. Greenhouse heaters have been off, I've kept the lights on, but as you can see, you may be able to see the top is quite dry, but underneath it is quite moist, and these tomatoes and peppers that'll be in here, and then eventually the cucumbers will take as much water as they actually need. I'm not going to be putting any canes in at the moment. Last year I used the string method, didn't really get on with it, but I'm not going to put the canes in just yet because we've still got a couple of weeks a chance of frost, so I'm going to use the lampshades to give them a little bit of extra cover. I'll get this one done while you can still see. This is a pepper. This is what I call a medium pepper. Basically it's a pepper that I enjoy. It's a pepper that was given to me to eat by a fellow plot holder, and I've saved the seed over the last 3 or 4 years every year. Let's get the labels in before we forget what's what. So I'll get all these planted up and then we'll have a look at the rainwater and guttering system. It's as simple as that. I've just had to have a little snigger to myself. This is tomato black cherry. Because it's been in the greenhouse a long time, it's got leggy, but because I lay it down, because it's too tall to stand up, overnight it's done a U-turn, so hopefully it'll get back to normal. Because it's quite leggy, we're just going to take a few of the things off, drag the dry stuff apart, because the dry will insulate and stop losing some of the moisture. And hopefully hopefully it'll straighten itself up. But the German pink has done exactly the same. No doubt it will recover. Labels back in. I'm getting good with labels, getting good. I've just been digging down, popping this lemon boy in, but there's the wick, and the wick drops into the gutter in there. So let's get this nice little lemon boy in. So these street lighting covers, they're normally this way up, so you've got this, the old street lights, obviously everyone's going LED now, but this would have like a canopy over the top with a sensor to say when it's night or day. The bulb would be there or there, and then the assembly at the bottom which fit to the lampposts. But I've turned those upside down because those are the ones that were bent over. So we've got a pepper Diablo. I've had that one now for about 5 years. I've kept saving the seed, and oh, the sunshine. Yellow pear, that was from #ShedWars. That will be one of the cucumbers. Calwunder, that's another one from SHEDWARS. The German pink, again, SHEDWARS. Black cherry, save seed, overwintering tomato challenge, where we slice them up in compost and leave them there till it warms up a bit, then warm the seeds up and off they fire. Orange banana, again, seeds that we had sent us from SHEDWARS. This is a red pepper, a massive red pepper that came to work in a vegetable tray, healthy eating, etc. So I saved the seeds from those. Medium pepper, it's a nice little yellow pepper, orange. Secura F1, another SHEDWARS one, and a lemon boy. This might have been the lemon boy that we saved seed, or an original from Alan from the Dawn Chorus plot. So I've switched the tap back on, because there's no point having the tap on when there's nothing in here, because we do get evaporation, we do get moisture that disappears. The plastics here so that the wood chips don't suck all the moisture out. The wicks are in there, sitting in the guttering, drawing water up into there, and that water now is just started to fill up. I have to ensure that the float can come all the way up to the top so it doesn't overflow, and the water level at the moment is there, and not sure whether you could just see on the right hand side there the wet mark, and the water's very clear. Now when I top this up, I always switch the tap off because we don't want any of that dirty bits floating into the float chamber to block it up. So this 200 litre blue barrel would probably last 4 to 6 weeks in here. I've got more plants in this time. I suppose it depends on how hot it is and how much the water draws up, but just topping that up, I'd completely forget about them. So we water from the bottom and then we feed from the top. So we removed all the compost out of the worm bin, added the perennial weeds to this side. All my cardboard that was blowing about that we'd used for mulching I left out in this massive storm we had on yesterday. It's wet it up nicely so it won't draw too much moisture out there, and that was empty on Friday, I think it was. This is all covered up, so all those juices will end up in the wood chip paths, helps to rot them down. Ready to use in my compost mixes in 3 years' time. Like we said, we had quite a bit of rain. I've been taking water from all different parts of my allotments. This had dropped down to about there. Now we've had that much rain, it's completely filled it, because that's where the water goes in, so it siphons from there to there, and that one siphons up to there, and I don't know how I really did it, but all these barrels are full to overflowing. If anything, I'm probably 2 mil too high on this one compared to that one over there, but hey ho, what's 2 mil between friends. I harvest over 3 kilos of rhubarb last week. I'm going to take some more again this year. They're going to seed. We snap those off, take those out. I'm sure I saw another one somewhere, but it's just a matter of keep taking those seed heads off if you wish, just so that it keeps the rhubarb growing, and that'll be part of my harvest today. I think everything's enjoyed that water, and there's 4 really nice strawberry flowers there, and just spotted another one that's been frosted. See the dark black eye? Might as well take that off, that's gone now. But these strawberries aren't brilliant, but they are very refreshing. I should also be harvesting some of my, what's that, Ruby Fresh Baby Swiss Chard. This is slightly recovering now. That's the New Zealand Spinach. This is the New Zealand Spinach we had at home. Look at the difference. There's the rocket potatoes. I can bring these out. If we do get a frost, I can take them in. And hopefully with some radishes ready, we'll take some more of the mustard, and the lettuce is coming on nicely. There's some that we pinched out of the square foot gardening, just recovering slightly, and we'll be able to take some of the Manusa rocket and some of the other. That one there in the middle is called whatever that says there, Rocket Art Emilis F1, something new. I took all the carrots out this bed, and they weren't brilliant. I cut all the rough stuff off, but they haven't kept very well. It is May, of course, and these were planted in June, 10-month-old, and I've got these today to harvest, and we'll have a look at those, and we'll see whether they're worth having 5 boxes of carrots or leaving it too late to harvest. I'll have to grow them earlier, so I'll get all year round self-sufficiency. These are the Oprea brood balls, and I'm going to harvest one of these today. See if I can treat it like a spring onion. Oh, sorry, there's a little baby there. These are what Jason sent me from Jason's jungle, and I planted everything. Obviously the more mature they were, the bigger they grew, and we've even got the babies growing either side. So definitely going to try those and see if we can use those on our salads. The walking onions, I think all of them now have got their seed pods growing, so these will go up and bend down, and we can harvest this part. Looking forward to that. And these are the leeks, and I always weed as we go. Pick them while they're young, and these are the grizzly shallots. That's how simple weeding can be if you are on the game. Well, not that game. Carrots we planted in March, carrots we planted in February. I do need to get some more in. Yeah, I've just been harvesting. These are the new Sparkler 3 radishes. These are my save seed. These have been in weeks. These have only been in I'll say weeks, probably months, but these have only been in for a short period of time. There's the radishes, and there's the whitella, and I didn't realise they were that big, so it always pays to keep checking. But these have come out of the square foot gardening that we planted a few weeks ago, and these were in those plastic trays. But it's surprising how quick you have to successional sow. As we move on to the carrots, yeah, we're getting some good sized ones, but you can perhaps see the ripples where the roots are all coming out the sides before they actually go to seed. Still some good flesh in the middle, but they're not lasting, so they may all be gone by the time you next see them, and I'll just take a few at a time instead of trying to harvest them all at the same time. Now, again, we'll just tear this off. That's gone down to minus 1.88. Yes, I think the carrots do need to be harvested by the end of May. I'm going to have to grow extra things. We've got in the container here a lot of the salads that we've got in the square foot gardening. I'll keep them sealed up, stick those on, and another cabbage for the greens. They're not quite ready yet, but there we have it. 5.589, 88, 87, 86. We'll let it settle. A nice little harvest there a couple of weeks into May. And I managed to find my bit of cardboard, so we've got 2 bits of cardboard there. So we started harvesting just at the start of April right through to there. Yeah, you ain't going to see that, but it's about 25 kilograms of vegetables in the 6 weeks. As you can see there, the carrots, the tops have been cut off 3 times, and they're mad to go to seed now, so I'll probably end up pulling all those out. This is my overwintering potato bed. So basically all these potatoes were planted in the autumn, and the kestrel have poked their heads up already, and there we can see some of the Sarpo Mira, the ones that I saved from my seed. I managed to cover this bed with a bit of straw. That'll compost down. We'll be able to use that on the other beds. Hopefully I'll be able to get some scaffolding boards here to replicate that here. And as you see, it's massive, so we'll have plenty of material to add to the beds that are a bit short. All the sprouts, kale, cauliflowers are all desperate to go out. but we've just got to make room for a little bit more. Got to wait for the purple sprouting to finish. In actual fact, I ought to harvest some of that and add that to the list today. I'm sure my son would appreciate that. But these beds have had an extra scaffold plank put on, and I've got to fill this bed up with some extra material. I won't be able to use it out the potato bed, but there's plenty of material all around the allotment. And the Sufficiency F1 beetroots are coming on nicely. They're multi-sown, or should we say one seed, but you get more than one seed per pod, and they look nice and healthy as well. Not sure whether you can see that or not, but there's a ladybug, and no doubt there might be a bit of black fly in there. I see a few ants crawling around, but yeah, nice to see them busy. Light's a bit awkward today. You might be able to see that. Another one there. There he is. Shadows are awful with this tablet. We'll have to have an excuse me moment again. This is the flowers off the kale. Right, make sure there's nothing in there that I'm going to kill. Excuse me. I'm hooked. I'm hooked, Benny. It was Benny L that suggested I tried that, and I'm absolutely loving it. Thank you very much for watching. Thumbs up or thumbs down if you would, please. Please leave me a comment. And please keep an eye out for comments that shouldn't be there, and please report them for me. Happy gardening to you all. Till next time, my friends. Ta-ra for now.